All right, hello everyone. So today we're running a little bit late on the video, but it's because of a technical problem I'm having with the monitors after upgrade on Windows. So let me quickly put in the Astro hours for today. Okay, so I put the hours on the website already, so I just quickly inserted them in here. As you know, today there's not a lot, but they're good to actually trade off. Because there aren't many, you can actually lock yourself into this and this mode here. This could be a bounce, and then this could be a retest to go up again, and expect a bit of choppy move here until this. So you might want to wait until the 330 or from 1 to 145 to 245. They're good. From 1 o'clock to 245, they're like good zones here. All right, so there's 245 here, 330 here, and 145. So this zone is pretty good. This was in the morning. Obviously I wasn't there, but if you sold gold from the highs like some people did yesterday, you would have been okay. And if you're following it through, you should be fine. Remember, we want to go down to a lower level. As you can see, that's the target zone. So we've got room to come up. And I talked about 42 yesterday, which was that 19 odd 50. It was 1915 yesterday. I said you could sell at the daily pivot yesterday. If you sold at the daily pivot yesterday, you should have been just fine. And you should have just followed that through. It was right on the Astro hour. So that was like pretty good to be selling off. Okay, so we can get rid of these actually. Okay. And that's basically it. So we're expecting some kind of a push down still. If the market comes up, you can also sell. Where can you sell? You can sell at the opening or slightly higher here, or at the Asia. Now remember, Asia is an important zone. Market can go up into the Asia, make a sudden move up there, and sell off again as well. As you can see, we're making lower lows, but that's expected, as you know, from yesterday. And if you sold on the daily yesterday, you should have been, like I said, you should be okay doing it. Okay, so no big deal. Just follow it through. On the weekly as well, I noted the levels on the weekly as well for you. As you know, it's way down there, but we should find ourselves at the 1900 at least, according to this 1894 there. And on the daily as well, like I said, that was the good buy kiss. That was a place to sell off, and all you had to do was follow it down into that direction. And that's basically it. All right, so let's take a look at SP 500. So let me go to the daily on the SP 500. Now with the indices, as you know, when it makes a move up, we're in favor of selling if it matches our technical analysis and our Astro hours. Okay, so let's get into that. Okay. All right, so here we are. Now, with the, okay, so this is interesting to see. Remember with NASDAQ, I said we've got a breakout on the weekly, so we're going to have to be careful because if there's an PST breakout, let me get rid of this so we can see clearer. If there's a PSP breakout, we've got to be careful and so on. So this is what it's looking like. Okay, there we are. Now, this is a good push down. So like I said, if we have an A, B, C up going slightly higher, we can sell off again. Okay, and let's see, if you sold yesterday, let's see, that must have been an Astro hour yesterday. I'm sure I would have had those levels for you as well. So let's just double check. Okay, so we had 5 o'clock. Let's just do this. Let's just bring it here. So that's your, and then 9:45 should be down here. That's your 10, that's your 9:45 there. And then we had 5 o'clock is there. That's your 5 o'clock here, and 7:55. Let's see where 7:55 is. I think it's that one there. Okay. If I do this vertical line properties, where are we? 7:55, that's correct. It's on that bar there. All right. So this was the zone, and that was our level. Remember, 4,479 there yesterday. Okay, let's cancel that. That's that. So, and then the market, as you can see, did a nice fall off right into 945 there. So now we're here. As you can see, the market's still at resistance level here. We have to be careful. Like I said, after a dip down, an A, B, C is a possibility. And today's Thursday. Now check out your swing days for SP 500, because we had Monday, Tuesday. All right. That's your Monday, Tuesday. So Monday, Tuesday down. Okay. And then on Wednesday, shifting up. The next one is going to be Friday tomorrow. So the market going up to a swing high is a possibility. It could do it. Okay. So we've got to be a bit careful. Only trade at the swing hours. If you're going to sell, I would wait a little bit. Okay. Simply because of this boom, boom, boom up. And we've got a little bit of room down here. As the market can come up into 4,500. Remember, we marked in 4,500 before, okay, into that zone. So let me just make 4,500 there. All right, so the market can pop up here, and it's logical because it wants to close up the gap. But if it does that at an astro hour, you want to sell. Okay, do you want to go up there? If you want to go up there, refresh your chart. You got the weekly and the daily down here. The market went above that, closed above it. Okay, failed to go above that, but we might, like I said, we might do an ABC. Okay, and if it does that, then we should end up high at 4,500. And that being the case, if you want to go long, okay, you can go long either on the weekly in the opening or slightly under to push up. You can see that's the first zone. Normally they'll break this to take out the stops. So coming down to the weekly or the opening at astro hours may prompt a buy again, or from the daily it may prompt a buy again. If it doesn't come back down but it keeps going up, then at the astro hours in New York session, you might be okay to sell that off, because it will make a higher high, and then that will be like a ABC level. You might want to also wait for Friday, because that's the swing day. And if you wait for Friday, I think the Asia session, early hours my time tomorrow around 5 o'clock, may do that. Okay. So until the closing, also I'm expecting some action. So some news might come out where the market may be up and down, like I said, during those hours, which I told you about in gold. All right. So in between those hours, and also towards closing, because we've got a bad boy aspect happening there. Actually, it's a bad girl aspect happening. So that might also be the situation. So in this gap, be careful. And also after closing, Asia opening might be, not might be, until Asia opening, which is like 121 my time, we might have like, a sudden spike in the market, or a gap in the market. Okay, so be careful. All right, so that's it. So if you want to go long to go up into there, it's, I don't mind. It's logical. I do it with a smaller lot size, and I also just make sure you get your time and price right. For example, look, this is a 945. Okay, so 945 is actually there. So when this 945 hits, if you sold the top, when this 945 hits, you should already be like, looking to get out. Probably at the opening, you should be checking out where the market bought before. So the market will probably reverse around those hours as well, and so on. And yesterday, 945 was like, that's how it is. So yeah, same thing on these. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, as you know, this is a buy zone. It's been tapped a few times, so we want to be selling when the market goes up. Remember, we had this level here. We want to just come back up here and then sell off. So we're at a resistance level here. So if the market does go up a little bit more, okay, into the 1.08, sorry, 1.0835 zone, that shouldn't surprise you. On the weekly, let's take a look on the weekly. Okay, we did that 1.0750, remember, and then we've got this 48 here. Now it might touch this red line next week, okay, because this red line is not going to change next week. So it might touch it next week, and then it might sell off from there. Remember how it did so in Nasdaq when I told you on the daily? So same kind of thing here. Next week also, if we go up a little bit more, market selling off the euro is not a bad idea to push down. We should be coming down with the euro dollar as well. Okay, obviously all my analysis is technical. I'm not doing anything fundamental here. According to my technical analysis, according to financial astrology, I think we can follow it down at the right price and the right time, and that's what's important for us. Okay, so any push up also you can wait for like next week, like I said, for the setup, and you don't need to rush it. We should be coming down further as well. This level should break. Okay, so I'm okay to sell when the market goes up. All right, if it breaks above this, okay, if it does break above that, like I said, on the weekly, then selling on the red line is okay. We already marked that 1.0836. Like I said, it could do it next week as well. So you don't want to be rushing it. You can just sit tight and wait. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. Oops. All right, so here we go. This is Dow Jones. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of these and get right there. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, so that was a price target yesterday, as you can see, and then we still got some targets down here from yesterday, which we marked in as well. You see that's a nice fall there. So if we go back up, selling again is an option. See how the market retests those levels? Okay, spikes up into that zone. And let's take a look. That's 545. 755 is what we're looking for. So that's your 755 there. All right. So the market really making those high levels and then just selling off, as you can see, right into there. And this should be 945, I'm guessing. That's correct, 945 there. Making a lower low, as you can see, closing down there. So market is, on the downside of things, the US 30, and that's fine with us, okay? Because as it makes up, you see it's coming down. So selling the highs is not a bad idea. Again, the top is 55, which is 34,800, and the support for the day is 44, which is 34,536. Okay, 34,536. So 34,536 is your support, and 800 is the resistance. So those are the days, those are the levels for today. So 800 slightly up there. If it gets up there, again, sellable. Okay. And $35,500 was it? Something like that. Down there is going to be your support. 30, what is it? 34,800, sorry. 34,800. can't be right. That's the top. Come on. 44. 34,536. God. 34,536 there. All right, and that's the support for the day. So we're in between those levels, the selling the highs and the market might be buying the lows. Okay, in between, it's no man's land. If you want to trade in between, like I said, you still can. Just make sure it's an Astro hour. Just be mindful there's a gap here. So when the market is going sideways like this, making slightly higher highs and selling off, if you're going to buy, against the sell move here. If you're gonna buy, just buy at the lows. If you're gonna sell at the highs, and that's how you can trade that off. Let me get rid of these GAN levels here, so we can get rid of them. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Okay, so this is NASDAQ. Those were target levels yesterday. So if I do 7, it was 555, I think. 555 probably here. That's your 515, 530, 45. So that's your 555 there. And also 755 up here somewhere. All right, so those are the high levels again. The market crashed from there. As you can see, that's all good. Also, we did have that 1 o'clock yesterday, which is there. Okay, as you can see, that's a big sweep there. That's like they've done an operation there. And then 5 o'clock might have been the better option there, as you can see. All right, so let's take a look at NASDAQ on the daily. Here we are. So this, remember, was we're looking to sell. That was 55.96. That's today, obviously. All right. If you got the 8 a.m. strategy, you guys know these anyway. That level you knew from yesterday. Okay, just sweep slightly under. Okay, which is why we had that level there. So if you went long, for example, at this level, I mean, it should have been okay. As you can see, the market did sweep it, but still, at the end of the day, it swept because of this level here. All right, so market sweeping and then going up. According to the Astro hours here, it just ended up here and then sold off, as you can see. So what to do with NASDAQ? Well, we're still sellers on the indices. I don't think things are going to get any better. But remember, I had worries about this because of this. So yesterday also that 60 level was 15,250. Okay, which is there. And the daily level was 15,236. Okay, so as you can see, that's a bit of a drama there. The reason I was a bit worried about it is because of this breakout, and I said don't stand in front of it, let it go, let it calm down, and just wait for a better setup on the daily, and that's fine. Okay, you can still wait on that one, let it come up. If it's going to come up, let it come up, and then we can sell again. There's a possibility they might take these stops out here or sell off from here. Why? Because that sweep already took the stops out here. So they don't need to go all the way back up again. All right, it's not necessary to do so. If they do, though, well, it shouldn't surprise us. Okay, we can sell off again, but it's already done a 1, 2, 3. It's like an A, B, C here. Okay, so an A, B, like an A, B, C here. So if we go back into the blue zone at an Astro hour, I think it's still sellable, but I just don't like standing in front of a PST level. All right, so that 55.96 today is 15,432. If it goes above 15,432, 15,432 is down here. If it goes above that, all right, then, obviously, if it goes above the 15,432, obviously, just make sure it doesn't close above it somewhere, because if it closes above, then, okay, you could go higher. But if it doesn't, then that's your daily resistance. Then any pull up into an Astro hour, you can sell off as well. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin daily. Now that's nice to see. Remember, we're expecting those levels again. Back up on the daily. Let's check out the weekly. And oh, nice, 46, 26, 5, 42. So That should be there already. I should have marked that in. There you go. Beautiful. 26,542. You cannot get more precise than that. Comes into there. This is a 15-minute chart. This is today, obviously, okay? But today, like I said, that was a price level which you could have sold at. That's what they did. And then 26,542 right on the weekly PST. And that's the beauty about the PST. It's just price precision. Beauty. So now market sold off. You can sell off again if it comes up into this zone. Okay. You can sell off in this zone here and just push it down. Okay. That's the previous day high, previous day low zone. You can sell off here. That's the high, pretty much done, and so on. Remember, with the Bitcoin, I'm expecting the market to push down. So that's also the daily resistance there too. So beauty. And that, well, these swing days I had already here. So, all right. So let's carry on with this one. Okay. All right. So that's Bitcoin again. What do we want to see? It's a nice up move there. Remember, we want to close the gap. So it could just tilt a little bit higher, but we're looking to sell at Astro hours on push-ups. Remember, no selling on the support. Here's where the market has been dipping in. So I want to be selling off down again. Okay, that's a nice swing day there. So all you got to do is basically, you can see those swing days that I've marked in from before, how the market just dips down or, stops, makes an up move, comes down, makes an up move kind of thing. So from those high levels, we want to be selling off again into these levels on the daily, as you know. Okay, so want to push down again. All right, so that's nice to see the targets being done. If it does go any higher, okay, don't touch it. Let it do what it needs to do. If it breaks above this and closes above that, I wouldn't touch it. Let it go. Why? Because it's going to break above that. Then your next level is going to be this LCL1, 27,330. Okay, that's another sell level, 27,330. Okay, and that's like up there somewhere. So if it breaks above and stays above there, like closes above there, don't touch it, just let it go. But generally I'd be a seller because we want to be pushing this down.